Bob Scrivano, Assets and Aging, Affording the Future, Navigating Frailty, a Roadmap for California Families. Assets and Aging has that part of my business has radio shows and workshops, and Navigating Frailty is my YouTube channel that talks about how are we going to navigate frailty? How are we going to deal with grandma and grandpa? How are we going to deal with the things that happen to us when we are not in control anymore? And the title of my thing today is my YouTube today is I'm always wrong. I'm always wrong. I tell people all the time stuff, and they go, and oh well, okay, I'll get back to you on that. So I had somebody the other day called me up, and mom was in the hospital, and I told them exactly what was going to happen to mom. That mom would be discharged to a nursing home, and that Medicare would not pay because mom had not been admitted to the nursing home, to the hospital. And then if mom was transferred to the nursing home, they'd be responsible for $800 a day of care. And they said, okay, all right, we'll get back to you. And guess what happened? Mom's in the hospital. The hospital told mom she was admitted under observation, which is a lie. I'd love to tell you the hospital name. You'd know it right away. You would know it right away. All of you would know it right away, but I can't tell you the hospital's name. So the hospital lied and said mom has been admitted under observation, which I told him they would tell him. And I said, that's impossible. You can't be admitted under observation. You're either admitted or you're under observation, and you better, pardon me, darn well, I almost said something else, darn well know the difference. You have to know the difference. It's going to cost this family tens of thousands of dollars because the son chose not to believe me when I said there's a difference between admission and observation, and you better know it. Admission, you're admitted to the nursing home. Observation is you're an outpatient. It's no different than you're at the doc in the box. And it makes all the difference in the world when grandma needs to go to rehab. But don't believe me because I'm always wrong. I'm always wrong. Nobody believes me until it happens. And sure enough, now the hospital has given him a list of nursing homes he has to pick. So I went through the list and told him some that he should avoid and some that were okay. There's none that's great right now. And that when he went, he may be responsible because mom was not admitted for two midnights. Mom was under observation. Well, they said she was admitted under observation. I said, that's mutually exclusive. That's not possible. They're lying to you. And hospitals lie about this stuff all the time because it's all about money. And nursing homes lie about it all the time because it's all about money. But you better know the difference between admission and observation. You better understand it. If you don't know it, then get to one of my workshops. Go to my website, get to one of my workshops, get to my upcoming webinar. On the first Wednesday of every month, I do a webinar. First Wednesday of every month, I do a webinar. It's free. I can do Zoom meetings. I can put a phone in the middle of the table and get the whole family involved in a conference call. But you have to understand this for yourself and for your mom and your dad and your grandma and your grampy. So now mom's in a nursing home, and he's picking the nursing home, and they're not going to pay. Medicare's not going to pay because mom was never admitted to the hospital. So he's going to pay $800 a day. They say she's going to get 4 or 5 days. That's going to cost you $4 or 5 thousand out of your pocket because you didn't listen to me the first time when I said, don't let her be discharged. Find out well, they told me she was admitted under observation. And I said, what did I tell you they were going to say? I told you they were going to say that. When my wife was in the hospital 6 months ago and the doctor came in, I asked the doctor, and I quote, has my wife been admitted or is she under observation? And I quote from the doctor, your wife has been admitted under observation. And I hung my head and said, that's impossible. But the doctor said that to my face. You need to understand the difference. That's why assets and aging and navigating frailty and all that stuff exist, is so you have a resource that can help walk you through what the truth is and what the lies are about long-term care and Medi-Cal. And who's going to pay? I just had somebody in my office before I did this said, "Well, I heard you had to spend everything and you could only have 2,000." I said, "None of that's true." "Well, I heard you had to have there's a 5-year look back." I said, "Not true, because grandma's in the nursing home." So everything you've heard out there is not true. When you want to know the truth and you want to know how to deal with the issues of aging and navigating frailty, then you're looking at California's single best resource on the issues of aging. I'm Bob Scrivano, your host. Right around here somewhere will be my phone number, will be links to my webpage, will be links to my next workshop. I do them every Saturday here in Sacramento. I do a webinar on the first Wednesday of every month. It's free. It's at 6 o'clock. You can sign up for that. But make sure you understand that when I talk about this stuff, it comes with 30 years of experience, over 1,000 Medi-Cal cases. Or you can just say, "Well, I heard something different, Bob, and I don't think you're right." Okay, you believe what you want to believe. But I have been helping families for over 20 years navigate the issues of aging, Medi-Cal, and frailty. I don't believe you're going to find a single better source in California than me. So get a hold of me today, make a difference for your family. Make sure you go to my radio program. Make sure you get on KFBK. Make sure you look at my Facebook Live page. All of that is available on my website, assetsandaging.com. Go there, learn, become educated, become forward thinking, and make sure you understand that you have a choice. You can be proactive when it comes to the issues of aging, or you can sit back and believe what the nursing homes and the hospitals are going to tell you. I'm your host, Bob Scrivano. Thanks so much for joining me. Look forward to seeing you here again soon, right here on Navigating Frailty, a California roadmap for California families. Have a great day. Bye bye.